Respected dear sadhakas, let us spend our 2 hours now in trying to focus our mind and intellect in devotion and inquiry through the study of Shastras unto the Lord and the truth. To our fortune, all the three texts which we study now, 10th, 12th Skandha of Bhagavatam, then the Adhyatma Ramayanam, all have got the gist, the essence, the summary, the synopsis of all the Upanishadic, Vedantic, Tattva Jnanam. Maybe daily that way, listening to that become first habitual to listening. Let that samskara of listening make us slowly understand also the truth. Then the value of the truth may be recognized, and in pursuit of the truth only may we spend our all time and resources. This is called as moksha marga, which only a human being can do, and we are lucky to be that way chosen and guided by our masters and the Lord. So when they are so kind, compassionate on us, let us also reciprocative in our own interest. Let us start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tavatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratascha अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुने शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादि ऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादि ऋषिभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादेव भक्तेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः. ओं श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः. माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः. आद्य शंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण च उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवत् भागवत दर्शन अनुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः हैन्दव संस्कृतेः मुक्ति हेतु अद्वैत ज्ञानस्यापि पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृत अस्माकं सह समस्त साधक भक्त सेवक उपासक संस्थापकानां आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्यादि क्षेमस्थैर्यादि श्रद्धा भक्त्यादि समस्त संपदा समस्त साधना समस्त सानुकूल्यतानां सिद्धिद्वारा विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं समस्त विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य पारायणमध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. आदौ दशमस्कन्धः. Let us chant these few mantras of the 10th skandha, 49th chapter. Pushnati from 23rd. ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः पूर्वार्धः अथ एकोनपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच पुष्णाति अक्रूर उवाच पुष्णाति धर्मेण स्वबुद्ध्या तम् अपण्डितं ते अकृतार्थं प्रहिणवन्ति प्राणारायः सुतादयः स्वयं किल्बिषमादाय तैस्त्यक्तो नार्थको विदः असिद्धार्थो विशत्यन्धं स्वधर्मविमुखस्तमः तस्मात् लोकमिमं राजन् स्वप्नमाया मनोरथं वीक्ष्यायम्यात्मनात्मानं समः शान्तो भव प्रभो। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच यथा वदति कल्याणीं वाचन्दानपते भवान् तथा नया न तृप्यामि मर्त्यः प्राप्य यथा अमृतं तथा विसूनृता सौम्या हृदि न स्थीयते चले पुत्रानुरागविषमे विद्युत् सौदामिनी यथा ईश्वरस्य विधिं को नो विधुनोत्यन्यथा पुमान् भूमेर्भारावताराय योऽवतीर्णो यतोः कुले यो दुर्विमर्शपथया निजमाययेदं सृष्ट्वा गुणान् विभजते तदनुप्रविष्टः तस्मै नमो दुरवबोध विहारतन्त्र संसारचक्रगतये परमेश्वराय। श्रीशुक उवाच इत्यभिप्रेत्य नृपतेः अभिप्रायं सरा यादवः सुहृद्भिः समनुज्ञातः पुनर्यदुपुरीमगात् शशंस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेषितं पाण्डवान् प्रति कौरव्य यदर्थं प्रेषितः स्वयं। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे वैयासिक्याम् अष्टादशसाहस्र्यां पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे पूर्वार्धे एकोनपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः समाप्तमिदं दशमस्कन्धस्य पूर्वार्धम्. Friends, excellent, perfect knowledge. This is Bhagavat Puranam giving us how to change our mind and intellect, ignorance or laziness, lethargy or wrong attitude into the right one. Here, the last two slokas ki स्वयं किल्बिषमादाय तैस्त्यक्तः न अर्थकोविदः असिद्धार्थः विशति अंधम स्वधर्म विमुखः तमः. Again and again remember, swadharma vimukaha means adharma palakaha, andham tamaha vishati. Anybody who is following not the swadharma but the adharma, he is going to enter only into the andham tamaha. The andham tamaha, all the ways, first is in this very life, he will be put behind the bars or he will be in the bars of his own mind's regrets or guilts. The second andham tamaha is will be sent to Pashu Pakshyadi Yoni where he has no chance for spirituality and evolution. Third one, the andham tamaha is taken to the andhakara lokas of the naraka, depending on the gradation of and the depth of continuity of variety of adharma or papa we have done. So, Swadharma Vimukaha Andham Tamaha Pravishati. Okay. Then whatever the adharma he has done, for whatever the purpose, the adharma generally is done for one's own sukha bhoga, and a part of that is for one's own, the children, etc., and to maintain both oneself and children for the sake of dhana, we do the adharma and papa. Therefore, these pranas also will go away, and also the dhana also goes away, and the sutadayaha. So taihi tyaktaha means having been given away or given up by the children, the money and the life, for the sake of which he has done the adharma, having been given up by these three. And swayam kilbisham adaya, carrying the load of the adharma and papam which he has carried, he will go to the andham tamaha. So swayam kilvishamadaya taihi tyaktaha andham tamaha sadharma vimukaha vishati. And throughout life, whatever he has done is na arthakovidaha, because he has never known what for the human life has to be lived. And asiddharthaha, and whatever he notionally thought of gaining through adharma, none of those artha siddhi happens to him. Artha means goal. Siddhartha means the one who reached the goal. Asiddhartha means the one whose artha siddhi or goal has not been reached. So the goal reaching is through the prana, through the Vyaktigata Bhoga, through the Sukha Ananda given to children or through them gaining Ananda. For the sake of that, the money, through the money wanting to get Sukha, all this Artha will be na Siddha or Asiddha or is not achieved. So neither we become successful, also we prove to be the ignorant person, Nartha Kovidaha, taking our own sin, we go to Andam Tamaha if we are Swadharma Vimukaha. How many times we have to go on contemplating on this so that from our heart's convictions first, the Papa Chintana should go away. Then, from our intellect, from our emotions, from our body, senses, and activities, entire Adharma Kilvisha should go on going away. To that extent, Antakarna becomes Shuddha. Then, while doing the Dharma and Punya, we also invoke grace of God. That grace of God, one side, gives a required Yogakshemam Bahami, the other side required yogasya kshemam api vahami, that is making us do the spiritual sadhanas to reach. So therefore, hey Dhrutarashtra, please, tasmat, therefore, imam lokam. Now the next one, very, very important point here. Why anyone is running behind the Sukha Bhoga with his own faculties, for that the wealth, and also because of the running behind. Here the children, it is said, somebody with children, somebody with wives, somebody with brothers, somebody for the friends. कोई ना कोई किसी किसी व्यक्ति विशेष में फंसता ही है, कोई ना कोई किसी वस्तु विशेष में फंसता है, और दोनों के लिए हर एक बंदा धन के लालच में फंसता है. So all these why they are happening? What is a basic problem is what? Taking that this entire world to be true, real, and substantial. That is the basic problem. Why a person in the dream is struggling to gain various things there also with the unrighteous means? Is it not because of taking that world dream to be real? The moment he wakes up, will he try to do the chori which he was doing in the dream? Will he try to do any of the other things? No. Why? Because no more the dream world is taken to be real. In the same way, this whole world basically is nothing but a projection unreal on the real Paramatma. Not knowing the Paramatma being real, not knowing the world to be imaginary and projection, so much deluded in that we try to do the adharma to get the desires etc. fulfilled in a shortcut manner और उससे लेने का देना ही पड़ता है. So tasmat lokam imam rajan. Dekho, this whole world of our life, inner and outer, is swapna maya manoratham. It is only like the dreamer, like the jadoo of a jadugar, and it is only as much manoratha is in the mind only the whole world is. Manoratham. Actually, what is there is only Paramatma. Paramatma seen through the thoughts of the mind is the world. How clearly morning we were taught by Bhashyakara in the Taittiriya. Once the Rupanama unmanifest have got manifested, then this Rupanama only becomes Jnatru, Jnana, Jneya, Shabda, Artha. And through that, Sarva Samyavahara Bhaka Brahma Eva Bhavati. You understand? All of them are nothing but the imagination projection only. That day when we realize it, which is not an easy thing, we have to study thoroughly the Shastras for a sufficient period of time, especially the Upanishads, especially the Mandukya Adi, where we are shown really how, because of that inherent infinite power, the world is projected, though it is unreal, on the Paramatma. They give the example of the mirage water, they give the example of Shuktika, Rajata and Shuktika, they give the famous example of this rope on the snake on the rope. So all these hundreds of examples are given only to show us that the reality is something else. And all these are Swapnamaya Manoratham. Having known it, nobody. Once you know the fruits that are kept in front of whatever the picture are made of plastic, how much ever looking realistic, how much ever looking fresh they are, will we have craving to have any of the fruits there? 10 varieties of fruits are kept looking so fresh. The moment you know they are plastic, you will not go for them. Clear about it. In the same way, that is why in spirituality the first two sadhanas are most essential. In those two also the first one is important, and the first one is vivekaha. And what is viveka? Brahma satyam jagan mithya iti evam rupo vinishchayaha. Only Brahman is satyam and the entire jagat is mithya. And to come to this conclusion, lot of intellectual inquiry has to be made. For that, first, what is the asatyam, what is mithya, what is satyam, the meaning of these words, the consequence of the meaning of these words should be understood. Asatyam is that which never exists. Sometimes you may talk about it also, picturize it also, but actually such vastu never exists. Mithya is what? On some substratum, because of some conditionings, temporarily it is seen, it has none of its own independent existence. Sat is that which is all the time the same, without getting any influence of anything for it to change. These three things are understood, then apply in the world. The first for the first one, the example is the Shasha Vishana Vandhya Putra. Okay, they are the examples. For the second one, it is all the what do you say, the serpent on the rope or this mirage water. In the entire Jagat is example for the second one called as Mithya. And what is Mithya? This one. Adavante cha yennavasti vartamanepi tattatha. In the beginning it is not there, end it is not there. In between, for some reason, it is appearing. And what is Sadvasto? Which is always there as it is, never changing. Now, the contemplation, when you go on doing, entire world of names and forms are continuously, constantly changing. So anything which is going on changing is unreal mithya. Now, for any changed thing, there should be a changeless substratum behind. What is that changeless substratum? If you can keenly observe it, it is called as Satchit Ananda Brahma only. That Satchidananda Brahma eternally remains the same, one without second, on whom his Rupa Nama are coming going. This knowledge alone makes us accept the appearing world is unreal, mithya. Then only, like Dhrutarashtra was doing, all the papa, adharma, for the sake of mithya jagat, that we will be able to give it up. So, Swapna Maya Manoratham Imam Lokam He Rajan, then Viksha. Viksha means having understood to be so. Avamya Atmana Atmanam. Then with this knowledge in the intellect about the Mithyatva, Asatyatva of the Jagat, Atmana Atmanam Ayamya. With that intellect, Atmanam Ayamya. Control your minds, emotions of attachment to your children. Control your mind from the adharmic way of taking away kingdom from Pandavas and giving to your children. All those mana nirmita durvichara. Please, Jahi, give it up. Atmanatmanam, give it up. When you give them up, the internal such a wonderful and give it up and become sama in both towards the Pandavas, towards Kauravas become sama. So to in your mind also sama bhava, sama ho jate hi shanto bhava. Vicharya Dhritarashtra, because of his Vishamata, and always he knows Pandavas are very strong. Anytime if quarrel happens, his children can never survive. Therefore, with all with blindness, etc. With all his dukkha that he never could become king, even though elders, he got added this also. the Ashanti all the time in life. Now, every one of us have in our hearts Dhritarashtra when in this delusory world seeking anything to be ours. We are always in the heart, frightened whether it comes to us or not, again doubly frightened whether even if it comes stays with us or not, and triply frightened who will take away, and while taking away will he spare me? सो मेरे बच्चों को राज्य मिलेगा कि नहीं, मिलेगा तो टिकेगा कि नहीं, नहीं टिकेगा तो जो ले जाएगा आराम से ले जाएंगे कि इन बच्चों को खत्म करके ले जाएंगे. That type of fear which Dhritarashtra has, all of us have. We are no less than Dhritarashtra. As long as we are pursuing anything of this world, which is like Swapna Maya Manorath. Therefore, as he is Vishama, we are also Vishama in our chitta with three gunas that we are not able to do the Yoga Sadhana Samadhi Abhyasa, not able to do the, what you say, the Sakshi Bhava of the Vedanta Abhyasa, not able to dedicate to the Lord in full devotion and surrender and enjoy in his lap. All these three Vishamtas we are not having, so too Vishwanathas we are having, not Samatha. So too there is no Shanti. When there is Shanti is not there, how can there be Sukha? And to find that non-existing Sukha, for the sake of that, again we are running into variety of non-positive channels. So a big, big, big sentence to be underlined with capitals and italics and colons and everything, apostrophes, exclamations, whatever you call, that any one of us who are running behind the स्वप्न माया मनोरथ रूप जगत के कोई भी थिंग और being and having vishamata as well as ashanti in them, all of them are the Dhritarashtra Anuyayi, followers of Dhritarashtra. How much ever our name may be Mr. Pandu, but we are Dhritarashtra only. We may be named Dharamaj, hey Arjan, but life to Duryodhana ही है हमारा. How important this realization today we have. With this, let us not seek anything of this world. Let us seek Paramatma who is real. And to seek Paramatma, what is to be done? Drop all the seekings of anything other than Him. You will recognize Him because He is not an object very far away to be found in a different time, in different place, with different any of the efforts. It is already obtained. Only we have to recognize Him whom we have forgotten in our busy schedule of running behind Swapnamaya Manoratha Rupa Jagat, and in this the pursuits, whether of things or beings or situations or experiences. Can there be any better teaching than this given to Dhritarashtra through Akruraji by Lord Krishna and to all of us too? If Dhritarashtra refused this knowledge and we also refuse, we are safe. And whatever is applicable to Dhritarashtra, he through adharma, for now the difference between Dhritarashtra and others is he is in an adharma manner courting or coveting the things. Even we are through the dharma also, even then they go away because anything earned through karma is not permanent. Therefore, if the effects are these slokas effects are not on us, we behave like Dhritarashtra, then what is said to him? Ki we will also go to Andam Tamaha Pravishati. Then all the wealth, all the things which is for the sake of which we worked in the world, all of that is taken away from us. We don't take the money, children, or properties, anything with us when we die. अरे जिंदा रहने के टाइम ही we were not enjoying all of them. It's all, see how big notion it is. Some people know throughout life they have 50 lakhs in the bank, 50 years they have, not in 1 rupee they have. They have not even seen that also. But they are always in the imagination कि ये मेरा ये मेरा ये मेरा. Whereas that bank fellow and with government दोनों मिलकर उसको इतना लोन देके इसको इतना इतना कमाए, अब उनका भी वो नहीं रहेगा. Everybody following the other fellow, running like behind the mirage water only, leaving the Sadvastu and reality. तस्मात् लोकमिमं राजन् स्वप्नमाया मनोरथं वीक्ष्य आयम्य आत्मना आत्मानं समः शान्तः भवा हे प्रभो. Oh my dear Dhritarashtra Raja, I was really so touched by all these teachings of Krishna through Dhritarashtra to through the Akrura to Dhritarashtra and all of us. How wonderful it is. Should we not adopt this knowledge in our life and help ourselves? Think. To this, our dearest friend Dhritarashtra, what he gave reply? And Dhritarashtra Vacha. First, he appreciates. Like we also appreciated the knowledge now. Correct, Swamiji, really. Nothing goes with us, nothing is permanent with us. Therefore, working for them is waste of time and energy. And even for that, if you do any other पापा वो तो अंधम तमह भविष्यति. ये सुनकर तो मेरे को डर लग रहा है. रियली जो बातें बताए इतना ट्रुथ है. Really, it's good. These words are like Amrita only. Listening them only, giving such a solace and comfort to me. Thank God, this knowledge I was missing from so many years. Thank you for not missing, but at least now I got it. How lovely, like a parrot we talk. Same is Dhritarashtra. He says, Yatha vadati kalyanim vacham. As you speak the Kalyanamaya Vani, He Danapate Bhavan, O Lord of Dana, great charitable. So he is a Dhanapati, he is a Lobhapati. Bhavan Tatha Anaya Natrupyami. By these words, I am not contented, means more and more I can listen to them. This is Trupti, such a nectarine sweet are your words. It is like a Martya person almost about to die. अब मरने वाला है. Suddenly उसको मिल गया अमृतम. How he takes Amrita and becomes alive. So for me also, like a person on the deathbed, given nectar, he is like these words. This is one quality in Dhritarashtra. Never says no to anybody who comes and gives Upadesh. He listens to all. And he never argues, fights with them. Like Duryodhana fights and refuses. दुर्योधन तो सुनता ही नहीं. दुर्योधन कहते हैं मैं जो कह रहा हूँ वही उपनिषद है, भागवत है, महाभारत. What I say is constitution. What I say is the scripture. These are the attitudes of Duryodhanas. Dhritarashtra listens to everyone. But unfortunately, what he always does is what he mentions in the next shloka here. And that is where we are also caught up. Therefore, looking at the very crystal clear example of Dhritarashtra, that with his inability to give up his delusion, he along with all his children towards he had attachment, everyone perished. Taking that as an example, fearing that we also perish, we should give up our notions and take up the knowledge given by Krishna through Akrura in our own interest. This is the main purpose of studying this Shastra. Shastra Adhyanam, which we are doing throughout the day, are not escaping from the world, not escaping our works and duties, not just spending time, not an entertainment, not the time pass here. It has a definite purpose of deeply understanding the corrects and non-corrects, give up the non-corrects and adopt the corrects. Thus, day by day, our mind intellect would become sharper, subtler, in deeply understanding these truths and the consequence of following the truth, consequence of following the untruth, and slowly should consciously, deliberately change our lifestyle from the untruth to the truth, from the binding to the liberation. For that sake, we are studying Shastra. And we, along with our prayers to the divine, please empower us in this manner, in this endeavor. We also have to do our best. We have to now start taking seriously. Both of them from we have to learn. Pandavas, Arjuna, Kauravas, Duryodhana. Whether their means for getting the kingdom righteous or unrighteous, that's okay, that is secondary. But both of them fought for their own life's gains. Of course, because Duryodhana was in unrighteous path, he'll have to perish. But he worked hard. Arjuna, because dharma paksha, dharma tato krishna, yato krishna tato jaya. जहाँ धर्म होता है वहाँ भगवान होते हैं, जहाँ भगवान होते हैं वहाँ जीत होता है. ये तो very one. So though dharma are important, though the victory and defeat also important in different contexts, we are working for it or not, that also important in its own way. Therefore, we have to take charge of our lives. Lord is already giving what He can give through the Shastras, the knowledge. We have to take the knowledge, we have to take the decisions, we have to take the initiative, we have to change ourselves little by little. And when we try to really change, try to do sadhana, that time we will see the pus and the dirt and the dust and the dartal, the kichad, which we have collected from so many lives. So it starts oozing out and coming out and never allows us to take up this path. तब पता चलता है कि अब तक हमने इतने गलतियां की, कितना कचरा इकट्ठा करके रखे हैं. द काम विकार, द क्रोध विकार, द ईर्ष्या विकार, द निद्रादि तमोगुण, द इंद्रियादि लौल्यम, द मनोविकारास, बुद्धि not becoming sharper or subtler or cooperating. And that time everybody turns towards you. ये तो अभी तक ऑर्डिनरी था, सडनली 30वां खार निकला है, साधना करना चाहता है, everybody will attack. Like when somebody knows that this fellow is going to die, people know who have given him loan. Don't they somehow try to take away money from him? जब 30 साल जिंदा रहेगा पता होता है ना, धीरे धीरे ले सकते हैं. और जब पता चला मरने वाला है, ले लेते. So to everybody, the devatas, the subtle things, the parapas, shaktis, when they know that we are going through spiritual sadhana, to take back whatever they have given or we have taken from them, all of them attack. तब जाकर पता चलता है where we are. Against a big challenge, there is the requirement of patience, perseverance, shraddha in the goal taken up, shraddha in the means, the total surrender to the divine, seeking this infinite power. The Pandavas, losing father, losing kingdom, losing Swatantrata, exiled, went to incognito. Then Draupadi insulted, disturbed. How many they went through? Every jiva goes through. Variety of problem may be different, but the problems continue to be the same things. How much dharma they followed, yet they went through the problems. How much devotion they had, yet they had the problem. How much of the powers they had, how much of the blessings of elders they had, how much of the upasana they got. सब कुछ है उनका पास, फिर भी they had to go through. And using all those powers, they went through those hardships, became victorious because they worked hard for it. They did not sit back lazily कि होगा तो होगा, नहीं तो नहीं. नो, करना है हमको. That is why all Shastras tell us in all relations, do. Knowing will not help, doing. The knowing will help only for the Brahma Jnana. But to become qualified for Brahma Jnana, we have to know and do all sadhanas. कर्मयोग करना ही है, भक्ति योग करना है, अष्टांग योग करना है, कर्तृत्व अभिमान से, मीन्स कर्तृत्वता को हाथ में लेकर संकल्पबद्ध होकर. सो टू ज्ञान योग के लिए शमदमादि करना है, गुरु उपसदनम करना है, श्रवण निधि मन निध्यासनम वी हैव टू डू. For that we have to keep on spending our as many lives as Bhagavan is providing to us of human, no other purpose. If our study of Shastra so regularly from so many years, leading to this type of understandings as well as strong convictions, we are on the right path. And practically also, if we are changing our food habits, our activities, our sleeping habits, our daily schedule, slowly given more and more to spirituality, not only in the outer action wise, but inside also with the feeling कि यार हम किए ही नहीं अभी तक, एक कदम भी आगे नहीं बढ़ा है, अब नहीं तो कब करेंगे, मौका तो गवा ही जा रहे हैं हम, एक एक दिन घट रहा है. Each day going away is like one by one drop water going away from that कच्चा घड़ा है ना. घड़ा कच्चा है तो धीरे धीरे एक एक बूंद गिरता जाता है, लगता है कि भरा हुआ पानी, थोड़े दिन देखो तो एक बूंद भी नहीं है. In the same way, we don't know. We always compare with the people who have lived 20 years more than us. Like if my age is 99, I think there is 130 years also a Japanese lived. Yeah. I don't understand 40, 50 age में ही करोड़ों लोग मर रहे हैं हर दिन. For every any reason. If that fear is there with us, is it not? Will we not spend time in sadhana? एक देखो, परमात्मा को पाने वाले साधना में एस्टेब्लिश होने वाला तृप्ति हम कौन है? All sadhana have done and reached the goal. That's not we are worried. हो गया तो अच्छा है वो भी. But at least like we are happy that we are studying Shastra. It is a great achievement. How many millions are there denied of this opportunity, even though desire? Millions don't even desire also, and crores are there who don't even know, even though they are human beings, that there are such things called as Shastra, studying which the ultimate goal and means is revealed to the human beings. Millions don't know. So we are at least listening. But is that contentment काफी है? शास्त्र सुनने का कंटेंटमेंट होना है. But then are we doing sadhana accordingly? उसका that fear and restlessness, if we can put us on every day, giving up everything else, sadhana day by day, then we are doing kalyanam for us. Otherwise, we are doing akalyanam, ashobhanam for us. That's called ekecha atmahano jana. एक एक क्षण दो भगवान के प्राप्ति के लिए किया नहीं जा रहा उपयोग. All those moments are the suicidal moments. So simple it is. Whether you like it or not, accept or not, agree it or not, understand or not, practice or not, facts don't change for our convenience. Then they are not called facts. Okay. Now what Dhritarashtra said? Ki tathapi sunruta saumya hrudinastiyate. Your sunruta vak, your sadvakya, your words of love, kindness, compassion, wisdom, mature, all of that, hrudi nastiyate. They are not stable in the hridaya. Because chale, because my hridaya is with full love chanchalata. One thing is, the hridaya is chanchala. And why the chanchalata? Because it is not empty earlier. It is already filled. Filled with what? Putra anuraga vishame. It is Vishamata in Visham. It is established in Vitamas Vishamata of biasness towards Pandavas because of Anuraga towards my own Putras, children, especially Duryodhana. It is said at the time of Duryodhana's birth, all donkeys braying or some funny new sounds came. Then Vidura said कि इस एक stupid कार पूरा कौरव वंश नाश होता है, इसको अभी मार के डालो, मार. This is known, I think, by somebody to Duryodhana. That is why he is angry with Vidura. It may be the reason. But when that is heard, he became more attached to that son. He says here, Putra Anuraga Vishame. And my mind is like Vidyut Saudamani Yatha. So, as we said in the beginning today, Dhritarashtra has Putra Anuraga. Some has the Pati Anuraga. Some has Patni Anuraga. Somebody has brothers Anuraga, sisters Anuraga, Mitradi Anuraga, Dhana Anuraga, Vastu Anuraga, or the power or the position or the name and fame. Everyone is caught up in one or the other thing, because of which the Hridaya is Chala and Vishama. Thus, the words of wisdom like that of what Akrura said, you carried from Krishna, never stay there. Just like घड़ा कोई पतीला साफ नहीं किया, दूध डालते हैं फट जाता है वो. So too in the impurity heart of this Vishamata, none of the knowledge or the wisdom comes or received or stays. देखो, पावर इसलिए हमको थोड़ा विवेक वैराग करके ना इन सबसे होने वाला नष्ट. दैट्स व्हाई दी प्रतिपक्ष भावना, दोष दृष्टि टुवर्ड्स द लाइफ विच वी आर लिविंग नेगेटिव, अनलेस वी खुद डेवलप करते हैं ना, वी विल नेवर टेंड टू कम आउट ऑफ देम. अनलेस दोज नेगेटिव आर नॉट गिवन अप, वी हैव नो टाइम फॉर द पॉजिटिव. लाइक कैलकुलेटेड डे 24 घंटे, लेट अस से 7 hours गोइंग फॉर स्लीप. Let us say 6-7 hours are going for other important works. 14 हो गए. 10 घंटे कहाँ जा रहे बाकी? है ना, 7 घंटे नींद, बाकी 7 घंटे खाने में, नहाने में, बाकी 10 चलो 8 लगाओ, 7 9 16 निकाल दो. If you keenly observe, they're all gone in waste things. Unless if you understand their waste things, we will not give up those things and replace or reuse the time for our spiritual sadhanas. आधा घंटा newspaper, same thing it is. With that half an hour, if you study 2-3 pages of Bhagavatam, will it not give us punya? At this elderly age, you are not going to join politics or enter any of the worldly things to become the reformer of the world. अब तो हो गया वो खत्म. I'm talking about especially when we are little elderly. Then hours together go in. So many of the unwanted inner mind starts outer pursuits. If we don't find through Pratipaksha Bhavana the dosha in them, we will not be able to give it up. Unless we give up them in the same time, we cannot do sadhana. So too, 9 hours, 10 hours, some people sleep. 8, 7 are enough. Remaining those 2 hours can go, 2 hours make miraculous difference. If they are spent for sadhana, not one day, 2 day, consistently. Like we are consistently doing classes, therefore, little Bhagavan is happy and giving us clear understandings and wisdoms that also off late from last maybe 30-40 days. उससे पहले रूटीन सुन ही रहे थे, सब इधर लग के चला जाता था. To me also, oh, you may be ज्ञानी, why should I underestimate you? But now, slowly the opening up is happening. We have to do till it is reached any of these sadhanas. So he has got Putra Anuraga Vishama, and we all commonly have Deha Anuraga, Indriya Anuraga, then Kama Anuraga in the mind. Is it not? That is also desire only that my children should have the Rajyam and Sukha. We also have other desires, other the perceptions of, are the desires in the mind for the objects through the senses, and Dehadi. देह के प्रति it should stay long, it should stay healthy, it should enjoy the things, comforts, ये सब भी कामनाएं हैं जिसके कारण the हृदय विषम हो जाता है. Then the words of wisdom go back, never enter, they don't get entry. सेल फोन भर गया, नो स्पेस करके आता है वो न्यू डेटा आने के लिए. और हृदय का चिप इज फिल्ड विथ ऑल दीज फॉर एनी वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम. बलदेव जब तक कहते भी हैं लोग, राम जी ये बात है और किसी को सुनाओ, मेरे से सुनने को नहीं होता, बस हो गया इस जन्म. आप ना एक काम करो, 22 जन्म के बाद मेरे पास आके दरवाजा खटखटा था, मतलब फॉर दैट फेलो हैव टू रिमेन विदाउट मोक्ष 22 जन्म. तब जाएंगे, तब सोचूंगा मैं. मेरे को आप मत कहिए. वी आर ऑल्सो दैट टाइप. Whenever the knowledge is not entering in us and transforming us and making us change our lifestyle, we are also like Dhritarashtra, refuting or refusing or rejecting whatever the wisdom is given. Then feel that sensitively. I am Dhritarashtra, I am Dhritarashtra. Don't continue. You are Brahman actually. The meaning is, I am also refusing the knowledge and change in my life like Dhritarashtra. Even though I am also given more knowledge than Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra might have not heard 1,000 days continuously Bhagavad. We have heard it. Still, that sensitivity means इतना thick है देखो हमारा दिमाग अभी भी वैसा ही. You got so much value given to people, value given to the things. And we don't have millions of things and beings. We have 2-3 ही होते हैं, उसमें फंसते हैं. फंसने को 10 दल की जरूरत नहीं है ना, एक पे फंसो खत्म बात है कि नहीं. कितने बुलेट चाहिए? 12 अलग अलग राइफल्स के बुलेट एंड 0.303 सिंगल बैरल, डबल बैरल, AK-47, AK-56, then one missile, one tanker, one ICMB नहीं है, what is the intercon. इतना नहीं चाहिए, एक बुलेट काफी है. In the same way, we need not have 100 people to get lost in. One is enough. We need not have 100 things to get lost in. One cell phone is enough. One ताश का पत्ता enough. One any of useless friend is enough. दोनों मिलकर 24 घंटे. यार हम कैसे बढ़िया जिगरी दोस्त है यार. ये कहते हैं ना चड्डी वाले यार, तब से अब तक एक दूसरे को सत्यानाश करते आए. प्यार से कबूल करते हुए. बेटा हमारा जिंदगी भर ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम अगर तेरे साथ ना तोड़ेंगे मिलकर ना तू मेरा बर्बादी मैं तेरा बर्बादी. They do it also, is it not? And the best thing of destroying ourselves is not only not doing any good, not doing the bad. Like a buffalo, you sit on the balcony and go on watching everybody. सुबह ऐसे ऐसे because ट्रैफिक इस तरफ जा रहा है, शाम को ऐसे ऐसे, तब भी जाकर जिंदगी खत्म हो जाती. I am explaining one word. What is that? Putra Anuraga Vishame. Even if the putra is better than the best Shrestha, like Yudhishthira, it is that Jiva who is working out his prarabdha. Even towards him also, little appreciation, little happiness, enough. You can't even attach to that noble son also because you have to work out your own liberation. हमको अपने मुक्ति के मार्ग में आगे अग्रसर होना है ना. Is it not? Even the great children, beta, you are settled now, no, take care of yourself. I am having full faith on you. Now leave me. I am in my sadhana. Anything I require, I will call you. Why so? ये तो धृतराष्ट्र इतने दुर्योधन इतना नेगेटिव है, and again he is caught up. And for that sake, he is doing adharma, he is humiliating, insulting, troubling, even trying to kill Yudhishthira. He might have not directly done, but he has permitted Duryodhana. He could have stopped. Here trying to kill Yudhishthira means trying to kill the dharma. देखो कितना मुख्य गंभीर है. अब बिकॉज ऑफ द कलि प्रभाव इन चीजों को 1000 बार बोलने के बावजूद भी अंदर नहीं घुस रहे. जो चीज 1000 बार कहने पर भी नहीं घुसता तो उसको क्या करना चाहिए? 2000 बार बोलना चाहिए. मेडिसिन इन वन डोसेज और वन व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट 7 days of dose or whatever you call कोर्स कहते हैं. नॉट क्योर्ड. डोंट यू गिव द सेकंड कोर्स. कभी कभी डोज बढ़ाते भी हैं. We have to give the course of this Shastra Jnana again and again to the entire humanity. They not because 10 लोग ठीक हुआ तो नहीं है, बाकी 90 लोग ऐसे हैं, उनके कारण भी जिनमें दुनिया बिगड़ रहा है. So these knowledges should be first given to the humanity. For our children, let us give. For our grandchildren, let us give. बिठा के बोलो, कोई शर्माने की बात नहीं, कोई घबराने की बात नहीं. Don't underestimate them. Maybe they are born as your children, grandchildren, to receive this knowledge only from you, which you have denied to give so far. Try now. And encash all weak moments of your children to induce spirituality in them. You just tell them, बेटा 20-30 साल से मेरी बात सुनकर तो spirituality क्या होता, ऐसी नौबत नहीं आती, कोई बात नहीं बेटा, let them never. Now you do it. Your prayers for your children's welfare comes in the form of your children in a trouble so that you can teach them morals, dharma and spirituality. This is how it is. Encash करो उसको अगर ऐसी कोई चीज है तो. Anything, everybody will have suffering. Somebody will suffer health problem, somebody will suffer naukri, somebody will suffer money, somebody will suffer the friends cheating, somebody will suffer because of the family member only. So immediately don't answer them in a worldly वकील या उसके मैनर से. वो थोड़ा करो व्यवहार, बट इंड्यूस घुसाओ उनको स्पिरिचुअलिटी. That is a moment where they listen. This is what we have to do. So, Putran Raga Vishame, Vidyut Saudamini Yatha, like the lightning and the clouds, your knowledge is so bright, brilliant, but tikega nahi ho gayo. Now what Dhrutarashtra must be thinking again, how will my children get kingdom? Already it is his only. Pandavas are asking, I don't want to give them. Our Pandavas are growing, Kauravas also growing, kingdom is with me now, legally it goes to them, but my son wants it, I also want to give him only. How to manage it, how to do it, what to do to send away these Pandavas. Everything, same politics hai ye. The wrong politics. Politics is a great Shastra. Those who are in power, not doing seva, but want to power continue. Those who are not in power, want power for the sake of power. not to serve, but they do the donkey of wanting to serve. So all he. Okay. Now comes the next one. He now takes the spirituality as a support to justify his own wrong decision of supporting his adharmic son and doing showing that Vishamata to Pandavas. What is doing now? Ki Ishwarasya vidhim konu vidunoti anyatha puman. So Ishwarasya vidhim, the vidhividana made by the Lord, who is a human being who can cross that and do it otherwise? अब देखो, this sentence is so 100% true, but is it not used in wrong context? ईश्वर के विधि को कोई टाल नहीं सकता is true, but ईश्वरा's विधि is not अधर्म. You understand? ईश्वर का विधि अधर्म है कि धर्म है? ईश्वर का विधि धर्म है ना? No, he by talking something to justify, in fact, he is talking correct only. That nobody can tollify or cross the Ishvara's Vidhi. Ishvara's Vidhi is Dharma alone will be victorious. Therefore, you will definitely die. That means he is accepting the death but not accepting the truth. Death or truth, both of them are kept in front of us. We want death but not the truth. But if you hold the truth, you can transcend the death. Living life is worse than not living the truth. For the truth, we have to live life. It is better to death. Death is better than untruth. ईश्वरस्य विधिम कोनो विधुनोति अन्यथा. Vidhunoti means टाल देना. Crossing it, bypassing, passing. Trespassing is prosecution. Something, no? So who will do the trespassing or crossing of Ishwarasya vidhi? He is talking the Shastra only, but in the wrong context. They will quoting the scripture. Then ऊपर से तथास्तु कहेंगे, तथास्तु देवतास. Same thing he will go and tell also Krishna. Krishna must be waiting. What will Akrura bring the message? Akrura says, Maharaj, ये situation है. Your all words I told, but on his face or eyes or his reply, there is no any sort of regret or guilt or readiness to change. Then Krishna says, चलो ठीक है, क्या करें? What to do now? Support Pandavas and the war is inevitable. चल ठीक है. I thought it will happen through you. I sent you. नहीं हुआ. मैं खुद ही देखता हूँ एक बार जाकर. He himself also goes for that. Talking to them to give Pandavas their kingdom. Then he even says, आधा दे दो. He says, 5 गांव दे दो. He even says, 5 are there, 5 houses you give to each of them. दुर्योधन says, इतना नीडल का जगह होता है ना, इन सुई लगाए तो उतना मैं नहीं दूंगा. Then naturally, a Kshatriya should not lose his kingdom. He'll have to get it. He's not a sannyasi. Don't look at everybody as sannyasi. Like, don't look at our prime minister as a sannyasi. He may be a sadhaka, but he's a pakka politician. He is a politician come sadhaka. Main is politician. Therefore, he will play all his political tricks. He will not do namaskar. Whoever is trying to trouble him, he will take action to protect the power, and there he need to serve the nation and dharma. He is the one through whom the Lord works for some time. When the prayers of many people, then the nation should be taken in right direction. हम सबके prayers का power जब खत्म होता है, negative people का prayer बढ़ता है, then he will go and other useless fellow will come. But don't look at him as a sannyasi and all. Don't expect him to be tyagi, sannyasi. Personally, he will do tyaga. He has nothing to covet for himself. That is true sannyasi. Real sannyasi alone can actually serve. These are all very beautiful sentences you have to understand. So, here he says, Ishwarasya vidim kono pumana vidhunoti anyatha. And then he says, you are Krishna, I know, has sent this message through you. And he has come for the work only. What work? Bhumair bhara avataraya yaha avatirna yadoh kule. Yadoh kule avatirna. Bhumi ke bahar avatar. Sabko pata hai. Ab hum kya hai? He says, let him do what he can. It is in his hands only. So he is blaming Krishna for his wrong, stubborn wrong decision, and says ready to die only. And these three slokas, one only, actually 29. I don't want to finish it in a hurry, though today I thought of completing this chapter, but मेरे साथ नहीं हो रहा है. मैं क्या करूं? I'm not standing as दोषी. जो बातें भगवान कहवा रहे हैं हमको कह रहे हैं हम. So these three we will see and we'll conclude tomorrow this chapter and this Purvartha. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. श्री भागवत शरणं मम. श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम. श्री सूत शरणं मम. श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम. श्री व्यास शरणं मम. श्री नारद शरणं मम. श्री कुमार शरणं मम. श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम. श्री विष्णु शरणं मम. श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम. शरणं मम. शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः. अत पिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चत कर्हिचित्. ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओं श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादश स्कन्धः. आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसीयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्द्यते. ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः. श्रीशुक उवाच. चैंट मंत्र फ्रॉम 33वां से लेकर 33. ओम घनो यदार्क प्रभवो विदीर्यते चक्षुः स्वरूपं रविमीक्षते तदा यदा ह्यहंकार उपाधिरात्मनः जिज्ञासया नश्यति तर्ह्यनुस्मरेत्. यदैवम् एतेन विवेकहेतिना मायामयाहङ्कारणात्मबन्धनं छित्त्वाच्युतात्मानुभवोऽवतिष्ठते तमाहुरात्यन्तिकमङ्गसम्प्लवं. नित्यदा सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्मादीनां परन्तप उत्पत्तिप्रलयावेके सूक्ष्मज्ञाः सम्प्रचक्षते. कालस्रोतो जवेनाशु ह्रियमाणस्य नित्यदा परिणामिनाम् अवस्थास्ताः जन्म प्रलयहेतवः. अनाद्यन्तावतानेन कालेनेश्वरमूर्तिना अवस्थाः नैव दृश्यन्ते वियति ज्योतिषाम् इव. नित्यो नैमित्तिकश्चैव तथा प्राकृतिको लयः आत्यन्तिकश्च कथितः कालस्य गतिरीदृशी. एताः कुरु श्रेष्ठ जगद्विधातुः नारायणस्याखिल सत्त्वधाम्नः लीलाकथास्ते कथिताः समासतः. कात्स्नेन नाजोऽपि अभिधातुम् ईशः. संसारसिन्धुमतिदुस्तरमुत्तितीर्षोः नान्यः प्लवो भगवतः पुरुषोत्तमस्य. लीलाकथारसनिषेवणम् अन्तरेण पुंसो भवेत् विविधदुःखदवार्दितस्य. पुराणसंहिताम् एतां ऋषिर्नारायणो व्ययः नारदाय पुरा प्राह कृष्णद्वैपायनाय सह. स वै मह्यं महाराज भगवान् बादरायणः. इमां भागवतीं प्रीतः संहितां वेदसंहिताम् एतां वक्ष्यत्यसौ सूत ऋषिभ्यो नैमिषालये. दीर्घसत्रे कुरु श्रेष्ठ सम्पृष्टः शौनकादिभिः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Simple direct question. What is that blocking the vision of the sun from my own eye? Is nothing but the cloud. How to see the sun? Only by seeing to it that somehow or the other the cloud, the obstruction is eliminated. 100 times by heart this example. Once this example is thoroughly understood, then what for this example is given, focus the mind or understanding on that. So me, the jiva, not able to discover my own essential Brahma Swarupa because of the in between very strongest obstacle called as the Ahankara. In the example, the cloud is born and illumined in the light of Brahman only, in light of sun only. So to this Ahamkara also is the born because of Brahman only, illuminated in Brahman only, and then troubling the jiva in reaching to Brahman. Therefore, throughout life, sadhana is what? Elimination of the pseudo aham, the unreal aham, the hero like posing aham, the aham which has become very, very stout, strong, heavy, invincible because of the mama. सेम इन योर ओन शिट, लाइक कुछ भी मांगे आप अपने बच्चों को दोगे, वो इतना वो घमंडी बनता है. पुट हिम फास्टिंग फॉर 1 month, 1 महीना उसको कुछ नहीं देना, एक दफा खाना दो, बस खिलाना कुछ मत दो, वो ठिकाने पे आ जाएगा. हाँ मेरा बेटा का कैसे करूं स्वामी? दूसरे के बेटे का करो, फिर आपका बेटा सुधर जाएगा. ऐसा थोड़ी होगा. फिर जो बिगड़ा है उसको ही करना पड़ता है ना. Is it not? So let us be very clear. That is why the beauty of this fourth chapter of this Skandha, 12th, while explaining Atyantika Pralaya, which is moksha, all the essence of all the Vedanta Shastras, all the Tattva Shastras are brought. So final conclusion is this. For me, who is suffering the Jiva Bhava with all upadhis, to recognize my essential nature, Brahma Tattva, the only obstacle is my own ahankar. That is why in Karma Yoga, aham ko त्यागने को कहते हैं. Without that, it is not a Karma Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, तो अहंकार ईश्वर से अभिमान देशित्वात् दैन्य प्रियत्वाच्च. You can never have ahankar. In the Ashtanga Yoga, ईश्वर प्रणिधानाद्वा तपस्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्रणिधानवा. In Jnana Yoga, nirmamo nirahankaraha. You cannot have ahankar. So by all four means to reach God, who is obstruction is our own ahankar. And aham is stronger because of its mama. The mama is its intellectual concepts. The mama is its mind, sentiments, emotions, negative values, negative feelings, abilities to project all this. And the mama is its slavery to the sense organs. The mama is dehosmi bhavana. And the mama is the children, the wife or husband, or the power or the money, whatever the mama is there outside in the form of property. ये सब मिलकर ये अहम को इतना मोटू तगड़ू बनाता है that he doesn't allow us to seek the truth. Anything, mama is an obstacle, is a thing which strengthens aham and blocks Paramatma. Okay, like even Shastra Jnanam when I have, that is mamata. And that Shastra Jnana I have wala ahanta is more dangerous and difficult to remove than the other aham mama of the ordinary people. And that is the Maya. And in this world you can see, without even a little Shastra Jnana also, how many people have realized Paramatma. स्वामी जी ये बात अब बोल रहे हो 1000 क्लास लगाने के बाद, पहले बोलने से बात ही नहीं थी. If the Shastra Jnana is giving authentic understanding, which is the only way to combat any type of questions, doubts come, then it is right. We are studying in that angle. But there are people, they are Shastragnya but not Atmagnya. Their Shastragnana make them so strongly egoistic. They look down upon others. कि I know more than you. Anybody, ये महात्मा मैंने इतना लेक्चर दिया, मुझे इतने शिष्य हैं, मुझे इतने आश्रम हैं. Everything is ego. Strengthened by any mama. Even Gopika suffered the mamata and ahankara when they thought the Krishna is only theirs. You saw in that Rasalila time. Why did Krishna disappear? They got the abhimana. Ki the whole world's Lord Krishna is dancing with us, playing with us. उनको अरे यार तेरे पास अहंकार नहीं है इसलिए तो मैं आया हूं मैं. तुरंत you got the ahankara with me only. He ran. You understand? This is how also ahankara enters. My guru loves me. My guru is, that also is ahankara. Some people have this thing, my guru listens to me. अरे फिर वो कौन गुरु है तुम कि वो भाई nowadays you are not going to classes. क्या हो गया तुम्हारे गुरु से? वो गुरु आजकल ना मेरे बात सुनना बंद किया. क्या हुआ? He got another disciple. Then he is listening to his words. मतलब दोनों disciple ऐसे ही है कि गुरु उनके बात सुनना है. अब कौन गुरु है? That's what the gurus, if they are coming to the cities and towns for any comforts, they have to do the dasya to the disciples. The real guru is like Tapon Maharaj. Gurudev is different, okay, exclusive. सुनना है समझा आ जाओ मेरे बारे तो जाओ. By the way, so the idea discussion is the aham can be strengthened by any type of mama. Mama is not only bad things always, good also mama only. I am good, I am intelligent, I know many things. What a joke it is. I told you long back, my father, how he treated. And I told my friend, he is 10 times intelligent than me. To show my humbleness, I told him. He said, Acha, you think you are intelligent? He said, हो गया. Long back, I was in 7th class or oh, पता नहीं हो. Even now I remember, how can I show you? Acha, you think you are intelligent. That's it. So, whole life's thing is removing aham. Therefore, Bhagavan से ही प्रार्थना. हे भगवान अहंकार ममकार को निकाल दो मेरा, कुछ भी करो. एवरी साधना. दैट इज वाई सन्यासी में सबको छोड़ना पड़ता है. इवन सब छोड़ने के बाद जो अहम रहता है ना, सबको छोड़ा हुआ, उसको भी छोड़ना पड़ता है. Because sometimes you give up everything, but the ego is not given up. In spirituality, it is the ego which is to be given up. After that, everything can be around you. That is the best example is that of Raja Janaka. He never gave up kingdom or ruling or anything. Yet he gave up ego. Therefore, none of those things was in his. क्योंकि अहम नहीं है तो मामा कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to focus more on that. So ego works as duties, as responsibilities, as commitments, as social obligations, as the services. ये सारा ego ही. Along with the ego strengthens with my money, my power, my beauty, my intelligence, and my all of the things, my discovery, my inventions, my achievements. See how many medals I have. So we have to now start finding the solutions. What to do? The 2 shlokas talk about that. Let us focus more on that today. What is it? The solution is in 33 and also 34. 33 का कल हमने आधा देखा. Remaining we'll see today. First the mantra, let us chant. घनो यदार्क प्रभवो विदीर्यते चक्षुस्वरूपम रविम ईक्षते तदा. First understand the example and keep it away. Ghanaha, which is Arka Prabhavaha. Yeah, because of sun's presence only the bother is born and seen. That Ghanaha Yada Vidiryate. When it is removed, destroyed, eliminated, dismantled. Ghanaha Yada Vidiryate. When the bother is removed. Chakshuhu, the eye. Swarupam Ravim. its own Swarupa called Ravi Ikshate Tada. That time he will see the Surya, his own Swarupa. Example. Okay? Now from the example to the point which they want to convey through example is Yadahi Ahankaraha. What is Ahankara? Atmana Upadihi. Nashyati. The upadhi of the Atma, the Ahankara, jab nashyati, tarhi, at that time, anusmareta, one realizes one's own essential self. He experiences it. Here, anusmaret means he remains in that as his own self. Remains in the self as the experience. So, when the Ahankara nashyati, then I discover my essential Atma Swarupa. Then how the Ahankara is removed? In this sloka, one sadhana. In the next sloka, another sadhana is said. In this sloka, the sadhana is Jignasaya. We explained yesterday here the two types of Jignasa. Jnatub Icha. First Jignasa is to inquire and discover that all problems are coming, are arising, are sustaining, are creating dukkha to me because of my Ahankara. पहले ये जिज्ञासा करके उस जिज्ञासा को पूर्ति कर लो. What is the jignasa here? Who is the cause of all problems? And the answer should inevitably be my ahankara. This is the purti of first jignasa. Then the second jignasa is what? Where from this ahankara is born? In that inquiry, the pure self is revealed, the ahankara goes away. Because this aham is not a substantial thing. It is mixture of three: Shuddha Chita, Chaitanya Paramatma, then the Aham Vritti, and the reflection of the Aham Vritti of the Chaitanya Paramatma in the Aham Vritti as Chidabhasa. Now, what is its Thikana? If you try to inquire, in that inquiry, what will happen? The dismantling of this unholy wedlock happens. The unholy wedlock between the Chidabhasa as well as Aham Vritti. Chidabhasa merges in Chitta. Aham Vritti is a jada, it becomes dead and impotent. Then there is no ego. अहम कहाँ से है, हम क्यों है, अहम का उत्पन्न स्थान क्या है. This second jignasa can be done when through first jignasa or even before that, the aham is made thin and patla by cutting all his rationing of mamata. जीरो ममता रखें तो देन अहंता के ऊपर आप अटैक कर सकते. सारे अनुयायी जो विलन के हैं उनको फिनिश करो, इट इज इजी टू अटैक द विलन. This all they have to do practically within after realizing that these are the problems, this is how the solution. All that is what is given to us by Shastra. If you are serious, sincere, to know the Shastra, to know the means of liberation. So the second jignasa, inquiry. Who is real? Who is substratum? In that inquiry, we know it is pure conscious self alone is real. In the non-knowing of the conscious self only, the Prakriti, Maya, and in that Mana, in that Aham Vritti have come. And in that Aham Vritti, the Paramatma Chaitanya is Pratibimbita as Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa Yukta Aham Vritti is called Aham. Otherwise, Aham is only dead matter. Chidabhasa is not an independent thing. This topic came 2-3 chapters back also, or in the last few chapters of 11th Skandha. The sunlight, the bucket, the water, the reflection of the sun in the light, in that one. He has none of his independent existence. Though he is appearing, is a conditional expression. But he has got the ability to illuminate the hall or anything. है ना, मिरर का भी जो भी रिफ्लेक्शन है नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी वो इल्यूमिनेट करता है. He is a reflection. Remove that water, there is no reflection. But the real sun always is there. So in the inquiry, when we discover that aham is not at all there, it goes away. The moment aham is not there, then what is there? The self. Self can never be denied. That real, true Brahma Swarupa self, like Surya, I discover myself. So I, Jivatma, I, Ahankara. Actually, Ahankara with Upadhis only is Jivatma. Ahankara is very strongly obsessed with the Upadhis. When they are cut, even Aham also dissolved. The Jiva discovers himself to be Brahma. This is one sadhana, Jignasaya. Same thing is put in another words in the next sloka as what? Yada evam, sloka pado. Yada evam, yadaivam etena, viveka hetina, maya maya hankarana atma bandhanam, chitva achyuta atma anubhava avadishtate, tamahuratyantikamanga samplavam. Hmm. So, so yada evam etena viveka hetina मायामय अहंकरण आत्मबंधनम छित्वा अच्युत आत्म अनुभव अवतिष्ठते तमाहु आत्यंतिकम अंग संप्लवम. संप्लवम means pralaya. Atyantikam means atyantika pralaya. हम last 12-13 shlokas we are studying to come to this point that Shukadevji wanted to teach or tell what is called as atyantika samplava or pralaya. So, Naimittika Pralaya, every day when Brahmadeva goes to sleep. Prakruta Pralaya, when the Brahmadeva gets retired, all these things go into Mula Prakruti. Those are understood. Now, the Atyantika Pralaya is this. When Yada Evam, Yada Evam, Yada, when Evam in this way, Etena Viveka Hetina. With this Khadga called as Viveka. What is to be done? Maya Ahankarana Atma Bandhanam Chitva. Maya Ahankarana Atma Bandhanam Chitva. So what is here? Atma. But Atma is Bandha. Bandha means as if it is not seen. By whom? Ahankarana. And this Ahankara kahan se aa raha hai? Maya. Maya means avidya or ajnana. So अज्ञान जनित अहंकार से जो आत्मवस्तु छुपा है, उस आत्मवस्तु के दर्शन के लिए अज्ञान जनित इस आत्मवस्तु को ये विवेक रूपी खड्ग से छेदन भेदन करना. Some places the asanga shastrena drudena chitva is they say. So the asanga shastra say we cut the mamata. Then viveka shastra say we even cut the ahanta. What is the viveka khadga here? This ego has none of its own real existence. Is it not like any of the big officers, etc.? Very egoistic. They have none of their own personal existence. All their power is that of kursi. The kursi खींच लो उनका. कुर्सी एक बार रिटायर हो गए मानो, अब कहाँ गया रुबाब, रुबाब कहो या हुकूमत कहो, whatever you call. All the feelings of arrogance, where they go? The moment they retire. Is it not? जो भी है एक मिनिस्टर है. It is not his power. It is the chair's power, and people have given it. If you know it, you will not be egoistic. You will be humble and grateful to serve. That is in the politics example ka extensional explanation. But here, Maya Maya Hankarana Atma Bandhanam. Underline this sentence. Maya means avidya, ajnana. अज्ञान जनित अहंकार से हमारा स्वरूप हमको नहीं दिख रहा. That's called bandhanam. Viveka etina chitva. Through the viveka, we discover that ego has none of its own substantial, original, independent existence. And much before that, as we said in the earlier sloka, jignasa, by all means, if we discover that my own ego, if I discover my own ego is an obstruction for my own realizing the self, there's nobody more lucky than me. And then the whole life when we are trying to annihilate the ego, भक्त शरणागति से ईगो को सरेंडर करता है. एंड ज्ञानी साक्षी भाव से ईगो को सरेंडर करता है. कर्मयोगी कर्म करते हुए फल ईश्वर सबके लिए करते हुए करता है. योगी ऑल्सो थ्रू द वृत्ति निरोध अहम वृत्ति का भी he does the ego dissolution. And be therefore from now onwards careful about anything, about one particular thing. This Kaliya serpent of the ego, For any reason, when it is showing its hood, understand that we are going to suffer. That's why Bhagavan Krishna danced on Kaliya, who has got so many hoods, ego it is representing. From it fumes only the poison to spoil the atmosphere, the water, and whoever consume that water. तो फिर भगवान ने क्या किया? उनके ऊपर नाचा, फिर अपने चरण उनके ऊपर रखा. देखो भक्ति शास्त्र में थ्रू शरणागति द अहम कैन बी रेड्यूस्ड. एंड शरणागति का अहम नहीं होना चाहिए फिर. मन्मूर्ध्नि काळीय फणे विकटाटवेषु चित्तेऽप्यनन्य मनसां सममाहितौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मनमूर्धनि मेरे सर पर कालिया फणे, ऑन द हेड ऑफ कालिया, विकट आटवेशु इन द वृंदावन के जंगलों में, इवन राम जी के रूप में, इवन इन द जंगलों में भी. देन चित्ते पे अनन्य मनसा, in the ananya manasa of the people's chitta also, the charana of yours always there. To that charana I am sharanam prabhade, I am surrendering. This is Venkatesha Suprabhatam. मन्मूर्ध्निकाळ्य फणे विकटाटवेशो चित्तेऽप्यनन्य मनसां सममाहितौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. Go on, Bhagavan. Please remove this ahankara. Therefore, never assume speciality in life. Everything given by God, use it for God's purpose, keep it away. And unassumed way, unpretensional, nothing should be there in us which is owned by us to make us bulging in ego. Before tera tusko larpan kya lage mera, from the deep core of the heart. Only such person who is free from the ego, after freeing from the mamata, that he can plunge deep into that ocean of infinite consciousness, which is Purna Aham, not a limited Aham with some little things. If you really want to meditate deeply, only obstacle is Ahankara. Every time, like this work we are doing, Niradambara Nirahankara Rupena. Hey Prabhu, may all these things may not create any ego. Even the ego that I am human being better than animals, even the ego that I am Indian, ego that I am in Sanatana Dharma, ego that I am doing sadhana, ego that I am blessed by this guru, everything is ego. Everything is a clothing. All those are the obstacles. Because Paramatma का तो कोई ऐसे विशेष तो नहीं है. Already we have seen in our mind तैत्तरीय उपनिषद निर्विशेषत्वात्. ब्रह्मणः निर्विशेष, निर्विशेष. And the peace which prevails when each of the Vishesha consciously, deliberately, we drop, knowing that they are the wounds, they are the pus, they are the bad odors in our life. You can see the peace. That's why the joy of that sannyas. Nothing is mine. Everything is like a wound only. Every ownership, every ego is nothing but pain. That is why that Kinkara, Akinchana, the Pon Maharaj, all the time used to say, he was so Gambhira, so Bakkad Vedanti, so strong and disciplinarian with his students. Yet, when he's in front of Ganga Maya or Kashishanath Bhagavan or the standing Lord Himalayas, he always used to one word for himself, Akinchanosmi, Akinchanosmi, Nishkinchanosmi, Nishkinchanosmi. At that tapasya of Nirahankara, we can see in the eyes of Paramaguru, the Pon Maharaj. And those equipments the Lord is looking for, functioning through. And the fellows are egoistic with their own agenda. How can Bhagavan express through them? Like आपका बेटा 2 घंटे बाहर जा रहा है, वो अपने काम 10 लेकर जा रहा है. तो बोलो आप अपना काम, बेटा एनीवे बाहर जा रहे हो नहीं भी करो, मम्मा मेरा टाइम नहीं, मैं बिजी हूँ। निरहंकार। दैट इज वाई ये भक्त इज वेरी एसेंशियल इन लाइफ. We have to become. Take away, O Lord, every possession and position from me. Make me totally surrender to you without the feeling of even surrender. वो ईगो भी नहीं हो कि मैं सरेंडर करूं, शरणागत हूं. This is the price we have to pay. That's called viveka heti. Jignasa, inquiring whether the ego is true or what is true. Viveka heti is doing the viveka about the aham being the Maya Nirmita, covering Paramatma. So through the Viveka, cut it asunder. So yada evam etena Viveka hetina. So Maya Maya Ahankarana Atma. Here Viveka is I am the Atma, not the ego. That type of thing. That Vivek say is Ahankar ko kaat dene se. And then what happens? Second thing is Achyuta Atma Anubhavaha. I am the self who is Achyuta only. Achyuta alone is myself. There is nothing other than Achyuta as me in me. There is nobody like me. Only Gurudev is working through me. If you can honestly experience it inside, not to tell you, the listeners, that's called as Achyuta Atma Anubhava Avatishtate. When one establishes in the Achyuta as his self, not his self separate from Achyuta. Such person, such state of being, tam aho atyantikam samplavam. Hey Anga, oh my dearest Uddhava, Shukra Parikshita, that is called as atyantika viplavam or samplavam or pralayam. So by removal of the ego, when we have oneness with Achyuta, that is called as atyantika. Because after that, ego maintaining its separate entity or identity with its own ownerships on the mamata, struggling in the world to become happy. By that, he is troubling others, himself. All this totally gets dissolved or is dissolved. Therefore, it's called samplavam or pralayam. अहंकार का प्रलय है, जिनमें परमात्मा का अनुभव होता है, आत्यंतिक प्रलय. Now the last one, Nitya Pralayam is there. That we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Bol Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargah Devasya Dhimahi Devana Prachodaya Devasamitam Prasva Satyam Dvartena Parinjami Murte प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे मध्ये मध्ये अमृतमाने उत्तरामोष्णोत्पाद रक्षाणास्वन्द नीलमेघश्याम कृष्ण नित्यजगन्मोहन कृष्ण बालगोपाल कृष्णमपि मङ्गलं वेणु गानलोल कृष्ण वेदान्त वेद्य कृष्ण. भक्तजनाधार कृष्ण परम दयावारधि मुक्ति संदायक कृष्ण मूर्तिमंगलम गीतामृतदात कृष्ण परमयो गीश कृष्ण पार्थ सारथ रूप कृष्ण सर्वमंगलम राम सद्गुरु सर्वमंगलम ओम तत्र सूर्यो भात तमेव भान शिवास नारायणाय स्वाति नमो. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. समस्त श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र श्रोता साधक भक्त सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासुगण की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. श्री कृष्ण शरणम